drugged and gang raped, gives birth. The young lady was 14 years old when she was drugged and brutally raped by a group of men who, after committing the heinous crime, left her in a cemetery last year. Her situation became more complicated after discovering she was pregnant. With love and support of her family, she recently gave birth to a healthy baby girl. To protect her identity, we will call her Ruth. Ruth is sharing her story despite the trauma, hoping to protect other girls from falling into the same trap. She spoke with us recently in the presence of her guardian, who we will call Jane, to protect the teen. Ruth recalled getting into a car with friends she knew around the Stabroek Market area. Shortly after, life as she knew it changed forever. Soon after the painful ordeal, the matter was reported to the police by the teen's mother, but nothing has been done to bring Ruth justice to this day. The teen said the system failed her. As if life couldn't get any worse, Ruth lost her mother to cancer a few months later and recalls how much a mental, emotional, and physical toll her situation took on her mother.
Right, so I know Jewel and both, so I jump in the car. I did say I jump in the car, right? And then they asked me what I want for drink. I said I want a water. And I didn't know that the water had Mali or whatever them is put in it. And then I started feeling dizzy. And then there's when I dropped to sleep or whatever. When I wake up, I went in a house and me had no clothes and so. And the Bible, the glasses, they had a light shining on me. Me know we didn't video and bold them didn't doing them thing. And I started keeping eyes and so. And then a big man come downstairs and said, who you are getting this house? And then they pick me up, tie me to Bull House. And then there's when the recipe and find me at the bedroom. And he had to do me. And then he left me.
She's now in the care of her aunt, who is helping her to get back on track.
Because I have my own and I have to watch at my niece with hers. So mostly days now that you could go about doing your daily routine, I cannot do those things because I have to mother my niece plus her little infant along with my kids too, so it's very challenging. But it's been a great experience to me because my handful at this time, right? There's a grandmother auntie, so that's it. It's very hard. At the time, from watching her going through her pain and then her daughter going through another pain, it is very, very struggling. And that's for poor people because we struggle the most. I feel the most pain when the day come. So my sister, she been trying to hold her, but she couldn't take it no more. Every day she used to cry for knowing that she can't get up and fight. She's always a fighter, right? As a single mother, raising your kids you alone, right? She used to fight. Who know her. And at this moment when this thing happened, it happened the second month to 2021, just February. And she only started her chemo is like the next month after. And she did the surgery the same month too. So it was hard for her because the second time when the police came with the welfare, they was bashing her for what had happened to her daughter, right? And I used to feel it because I used to say, no, that my sister, she's sick. She didn't have a clue, that she lose her to the road or anything. This wasn't cut out or meant to happen to her daughter because she never knew that this would happen. That everything happened so that when she illness speed up on her, she started taking on everything with them. She just chucked in the battle.
Ruth is a fighter. She is back in school and is more determined to complete her education and be an example to her daughter. However, she is limited financially since her aunt Jane is the breadwinner of the family and is responsible for the teen, her baby, and siblings since her sister's passing.
Well, I would tell them, listen to your parents because now me get a mother and I didn't listen to she. I know to like what? And this what happened to me. If I didn't storm, that wouldn't happen to me.
Jane is still hopeful that Ruth will get justice. She said the police need to look into this matter since they will be able to take a DNA sample from the baby, which will bring them closer to apprehending the suspects.
Children or teenagers, when you see bull, just run from him. Right? His mother came umpteen time before my sister passed. Right? She had various talkings about coming and offering my sister money. I told her, I said, I know you well, and that every time your son rapes somebody or you assault somebody, you always run out the bush and coming with your bag for pay money, and we ain't taking no money from you. Run couple morning, well by we. I chase you. I even chase your daughter. You even bring a girlfriend who live in a couple blocks away from us. Right? And he even came at my previous workplace. I even chased him in front of customers and even tell the customer why I behave in that manner in front of them, because this person here is a predator.
The family has been receiving support from Robert Stevens and Simona Brooms of the Brooms Foundation, which has lightened their burden.
So, education has always been the cornerstone of many Guyanese, including my family, because without that, you don't have a ticket to go or to get into any doors, So education, priority number one, growing up in Guyana as a young man and growing up being also my parents from Buxton. Buxtonians have always stressed education as the key to everything in life. So I feel that this is the one way to give back, to let people who have been deprived or suffer some kind of privation to get themselves back on track. And she's not the only one. There are others that I've done over the years and that I still continue to do for others there.
Like I said, I think the baby was just about a few weeks old when her mom passed away. In fact, I recall going to her at the hospital to see the baby, and at the same time she was in the hospital giving birth. The mother was in the hospital also there battling with the cancer situation. And one of the things to me, even meeting this family from first, while the mother was in pain and so sick, she was willing to be right there shouldering her children. And I think as a mother, that is really, really sad. I mean, when I heard of her passing, up to now I'm saying like, wow, I mean, this young lady battling her situation, battling the sickness of her mom, losing her mom, and still, thinking about going back to school. So I really want to thank the aunts too and the family for supporting, and to say to them that in spite of challenges that might come, she needs all of us to get through this. And I know that she's a fine young woman, and she can be whatever she wants to be.
Brooms is adamant that the system failed Ruth, but believes that they can redeem trust in the institution by ensuring that the teen gets justice.
And so the system have to step their game up. You can't have a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old being raped, get pregnant, and then still treat it as if it's some husband and wife or some domestic problem that you're dealing with. This is a horrible situation, and I know that the system also should provide a level of public assistance. She told me that when she go to school, sometimes the school welfare would support here, to an extent. I thank them if there was a pack of Pampers and the $2,000 and a meal sometime when she gets to school. I want to thank the school welfare. So I'm not only going to point out about what is lacking, but also areas that, because many times she go to school, where is she going to get anything to eat from? And they would support her sometime to get a meal at lunchtime to stay in school. So I thank the school welfare, but I am going to call out, and I'm not going to just call out here, but I'm going to write the minister and I'm going to copy it to the Commissioner of Police on their behalf as a foundation to call for them to do a DNA with these young men and let us know so that whosoever is responsible, that they can be charged.
The family is hoping that this move to speak up to the public will help other young girls protect themselves and motivate the police to get justice for Ruth.